Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another amazing episode of This Can Make Us Famous podcast. And in the studio with me today, again, is Mr. Andrae Johnson. Andre.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. What's been going on with you, man?
Not much, my man.
It's been forever since I've seen you in the studio.
I know, man. Long time.
So what have you been doing lately?
Been doing the rehab, working on my ankle. I'm walking now. It's still kind of sore, but I can manage to walk for a little while. But after a while, it just starts to hurt. Gotta slow it down. But yeah, man, just walking around. I went to Walmart the other day, and I walked.
Nice. Well, walking seems like something you like to do, and hoping you get back to it. Now, most of you guys, if you watch the podcast, you know that Andre actually had an accident when he was skateboarding and broke his ankle, and he's been on he's had like a foot brace for how long has it been?
A little over 4 months now.
4 months.
I just got off the crutches. Well, mostly off the crutches. So.
Wow. So 4 months, and well, you guys don't know this, but like in order to get it to the studio, you actually have to walk up these like narrow. I mean, I guess they're stairs, but technically it's like a ladder. It's pretty much a ladder.
It's like climbing a ladder that's like kind of
right. Yeah, the pitch is crazy. So that's a good thing you actually can make it to that. So what else has been going on? I saw on Facebook you got a new job.
Yeah, well, no, I had an interview, and I'm still hoping to land it.
Okay.
Took the drug test a couple of days ago. As soon as the results
So you're trying to get into sales?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, working for on the Sprint campus. It's over there in Overland Park.
So you'd be working for Sprint?
Yeah, but it's not like a store. It's like the campus, like the main headquarters of the country for Sprint,
Yeah,
So
I know exactly where that's at.
I did good on the interview. I did the rest of the hiring process, and I just got to sit back and hopefully, after all my information clears or whatever, they'll call me up and say, hey, let's put you to work.
Got the
hopefully,
job.
but just in case, I'm gonna be looking around, keep my eyys open for other stuff because you never know. Who knows? Who knows? You never know until they have you.
Until they call.
Yeah,
until you're clocking in.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So you'd be in the call center.
Yeah. It's the inbound sales position. It is pretty much the call center, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do know this. I mean, I think most of the audience would understand that a lot of times when you call in, especially places like Sprint, you get someone from India.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's hard to believe. That I don't know. It's really frustrating. Because like you're calling in, you're trying to get your problem taken care of, and then all of a sudden you got someone like, "Hello, Mr. McCormick, thank you for calling Sprint." It's like they're reading from something. Like, we like to thank you for being a long-time customer. And
when you get like them,
right. And I have nothing against Indian people, by the way. It's just when you're an American, when you're an American and it's just hard to understand another language, especially one that's thick as an Indian accent. And so it's frustrating, not that I'm against that at all, but when you're trying to get something taken care of, like a problem, and you can't understand what they're saying, that's frustrating. So I
think everybody's been through that.
Yeah, and then and then they can't help you, and then they tell you, please hold, let me transfer you to, and it's like, I thought they said that you were the person to help me, and then you end up with somebody else, and then sometimes the phone just hangs up on you.
What I've learned a lot for those type of things, whenever I get into that and I feel like it's heading that direction, I usually just say, let me talk to your manager, because I feel like usually the manager is somebody that is American.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and that's what I usually do.
Right.
Nothing against people that have accents, but if they can't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you can't understand, then
I talk clear English, and if they can't understand it, then
right.
Just like get the job done faster, call up the manager. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, and speaking of language, I actually downloaded this app. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Duolingo?
No, it's actually called Babbel. I've been seeing it all over Facebook and like,
Does
different
it
ads.
translate?
It does. I think it does. Basically, it teaches you pretty much most languages out there, and you pay for like I paid for 3 months, and I believe it was like $26 for 3 months.
Yeah, that's not too
And
bad.
it's like well laid out. It tests you, quizzes you on different things. It asks. It's sweet, man. So I'm already learning. Like
Sweet.
Buenos dias. I'm learning Spanish.
¿Qué hora es?
Because S means
¿Qué hora es?
¿Qué hora es? What's that?
What time is it?
What time is it? I
I've been
know
to Mexico a couple times.
Buenos dias, Buenos noches, which is good night.
Buenos nachos.
Buenos nachos. El, which is he. I learned that. Ella, which is she. Estado, which is when you're referring to an elder or someone of great importance, like a senior. Like I think it's. I don't know. It's really cool. I'm learning a lot on it. And so I got it set up where I'm doing it like every day around 9 a.m. and I'm learning Spanish. So
Nice.
it's pretty much amazing.
Sweet.
So, do you know any other languages?
No, that's mostly it. Just Spanish. I've been to Mexico a couple times. I've worked in the restaurant industry in the past for some years, so I picked up a lot of Spanish. Yeah, I know a lot. I mean, I could say a whole bunch of phrases and stuff. But one thing I always learned for me though is if you're trying to do Spanish, one thing that works a lot of the time is you could just use some Spanglish. Just put an O at the end of any word, and you go. It could be Spanish. Like
Nice.
no, I'm just kidding. I do that when I have like Hispanic friends. Like I'll be like El cámara. Oh, I just put an
El
O. at the end.
camaraco. Oh, sí.
El drinko.
El
chusos.
drinko. I'm half Spanish. I'm half Mexican. So, yeah, I mean, I grew up around that culture, and needless to say, I ate pretty dang good. You know,
I just had for my first restaurant since the lockdown just ended. You guys don't know, a couple days ago, the first restaurant I went to was a Mexican restaurant. It was that one. It's that one right there on a Red Bridge. What's it called? It's right next to the Blue Moose. You know the Blue Moose over the Red Bridge?
Well, there's the Blue Moose. There's Caleb's Diner. There's
I forget, but it's
Barrio.
Oh wait, is it
Barrio.
Barrio. El
Barrio.
Barrio.
El Barrio.
I think that means gang. I think Barrio.
It's an expensive Mexican restaurant though. Do you like the chips?
Yeah, that was probably the best part was the chips.
They're like
super impressed with
very
the
heavily
tacos.
seasoned, but
Yeah, those chips are
it's
so
unique.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my first place going yesterday.
Well,
so-
normally you get like when you go to a Mexican restaurant, you pretty much always get free chips and salsa. That's standard at every Mexican restaurant. This one, your first basket's free, and the other one's what, $2, I believe.
I believe so. They charge after that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's pretty good food. I like it a lot.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, and I mean that whole area is really developing a lot. So, but yeah, man, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad that the whole state is opened up.
Yeah, man, it's nice. It's a nice change.
I mean everything. So on the 4th, yes, the 4th is when the state, the quarantine lifted for the whole state, and but Kansas City extended it out to the 15th, and so that lifted a few days ago.
Okay.
So, but they're still doing the social distancing. To me, I don't know if you've picked up on this, but it almost seems like they're being more strict now than they were during the quarantine. Like, I went to Guitar Center the other day, and I was standing in line 6 feet apart. Everyone had to wear a mask, and they were letting one person in at a time.
Really?
And that was extremely frustrating because
one person in the whole
one
like a
at
whole
a
store, one
time.
customer.
And Guitar Center, people don't just go to Guitar Center to just pick up one thing. I mean, sometimes they do, but a lot of times people go there to pick up a guitar, strum it,
Yeah.
play around. So
Yeah.
you're just like, oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, man, I don't even know if I.
So
wanna
there's
go.
3. I was already in line for 20 minutes, and there was 3 people ahead of me, and I'm like, I'm out, done. And then I go to Best Buy and they're closed, or you can't go into the store. It's just curbside. Check the website, order it on the website. Well, that's not always that easy because you don't know technically if they have it or not, even if it says it or not on the website.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's why I always like to go in.
yeah, I prefer definitely, yeah. Which, yeah, and that really tells you too that no matter how popular these online stores get, where like Amazon, where people are just buying, people are always going to want or have that need or desire to go to a store to buy something, because it's the experience of.
Exactly. It's another reason to get out of the house.
Yeah, get out of the house, go look at other stuff.
After being locked in on the lockdown for 3 months now.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I mean, Amazon was a lifesaver during this lockdown, and I'm sure they made hundreds of millions of dollars on this.
I was seeing ads for them hiring all the time, drivers and everything.
My wife actually just got a seasonal gig with them.
Oh, really?
She starts Friday.
Delivery?
No, she's working in the warehouse night shift. So.
Oh yeah, what is she doing there?
Yeah, I don't know, fulfilling orders and stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
I think that'd be hilarious if she got an order of mine. Like, what's this thing that you just purchased? No, she's just doing it temporarily, seasonal, just to get a little extra change to pay some stuff off. And
nice, man.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
I heard it starts off pretty decent. Starts off decent with the pay and everything.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That's cool. I thought about it.
Well, I mean, they pay. I think it's standard, like, what is it? 15 an hour.
Okay.
And then if you do like a night shift or something, I think it's a couple dollars an hour more.
Where is the factory downtown? Like in Kansas City?
Kansas City. Oh, where is it that it's somewhere in. I don't know if it might be on the Kansas side.
Okay.
But I know they have a couple warehouses around here, so nice. It's a big Goliath company, man. They're like buying up everything.
Cool, man. That's
awesome.
I mean,
Amazon just basically they bought up Whole Foods. They bought up what's that?
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah, so they own Whole Foods and they own a whole bunch of other companies. They just absorb up those companies. I mean, Facebook did the same thing. They bought out Instagram, which was a smart business move because Instagram would have been their number one rival.
How long ago was that?
That was years ago.
Okay.
I mean, Instagram, I remember when I first heard about it, it was super popular. And, like, it was catching that, popularity. And I think Facebook saw that it could potentially be a danger to their business in the future. And so they snatched it up. And Instagram is extremely popular.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is just my opinion. I don't know the facts on this, so probably shouldn't even say anything. But I think Instagram is more popular than Facebook right now.
Yeah, I heard that there's like certain things that it's better for, like promotional.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to promote like music or being a model or anything like that. Something like that.
Oh, definitely models for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's people that are millionaires on Instagram, dude. And I didn't even realize how, I mean, to me, is like Instagram is just, this app that you just post stuff on, pictures of yourself or the food you're eating. And, oh, man, no, it's like a full-blown business for people.
Yeah.
And there's people that have Instagram channels where they take pictures of their cats and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that, man. It's like,
funny. Oh, I saw there's this one girl, like when I first started using Instagram, like a few years ago, there's this girl it's this Asian girl, and she's famous for smashing her face into bread.
What?
Her name is Breadface Girl. You gotta look her up.
My God.
She's on YouTube, so she'll get this piece of bread, and then she'll I don't know if she has music playing, but she'll put the piece of bread, and she'll sit there, and she'll smash her face into bread. I'm sure people have seen it.
Well, here I am trying to do a podcast, trying to, become successful. And this woman is smashing her face against a piece of bread.
We got to do stupid stuff, man.
Yeah, we got to. I mean, where's the bread? Hey, honey, give me some bread. No, so I don't know, man. You got people
just liked it.
You got people
just liked it. She smashed her
right.
Face. I'm sure she got plenty of money from doing that. So
lots of money. And there's so many people like doctors and like people that worked really, really, really hard, and they just don't, they barely, they make a pretty good living, and some people they never really make it, and they have the work
Yeah.
ethic. But then you
Yeah, a
got
lot of
someone
it's luck.
smashing their head against bread, or that one girl that says, "Catch me outside, how about that?" And she's a multi-millionaire, owns an airplane or something
People
like
like
that.
stupid people. They like stupid things. Like stupid. Sometimes I do.
It's just not right. It's not right.
Yeah.
How can people like that? And then they just become jokes, And they become role models to our children. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Speaking of that, did you hear about that? I don't know if you know about that guy named Takashi 69. Another.
Takashi.
All
All right, I know about him.
for doing something bad.
What did he do?
He got into some kind of situation to where he got caught for, I believe it was extortion, and so he had gotten like a prison sentence. I don't remember how long it was, but he just recently got out of prison.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get life, but he got out because he snitched and told on a whole bunch of people. So now
Yeah, you're talking
everybody's
about the
calling him a
snitch
rat.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's calling him a rat, and I checked it out last night, and I don't remember what he was saying. He was saying something like, those people that I snitched on, they weren't my family, blah, blah, blah. And now he's even more famous for doing those retarded raps that he did and snitching on people. And now
Yeah.
apparently he's getting 1 million sales after being a stupid rapper with rainbow hair, going to prison, and getting set free for snitching on people. And now he's like
And again, those
the next
people,
Tupac, I guess.
those people are the role models of our children.
Catch
Isn't
Me
that
Outside
ridiculous?
Girl, Mr. Snitch Guy, Bread Face Girl.
I mean, come on, dude.
I don't know,
Come
man. I don't know.
on.
People just like crazy stuff. I think part of it is because people just get bored. Even though, obviously if somebody like was a doctor or a weightlifter, they dedicate real serious talents and, they really sweat hard. But I don't know. I feel like there's so many people that did that before. That's why they like to see they like to see Bread Face Girl. There's something we haven't seen. They like to see this rainbow candy or this guy with Skittles colored hair snitching on people that's making a rap. It's crazy. They've never seen it. It's not good. What he's doing is not good, but it's entertainment. Just like
those
that show you were talking about. What was it? Tiger
King.
It's not. They're not. Anything they're doing is not good or talented. They're crazy.
They're totally crazy. And people are drawn to drama.
We gotta do crazy stuff.
Which
dude.
is why.
We gotta think of something crazy.
Yeah, which is why the news is so successful.
I got some ideas, dude.
You got some good ones?
We should have one episode where we take like 20 shots at the beginning of the episode. I'm just kidding.
20
shots.
I won't be well,
I'm telling you, people might like it. Like people just like crazy stuff. Not good for us. Not talent.
Yeah.
People like crazy stuff.
Yeah, just to get them to click, because you're deaf. So, I mean, I would have done, and I talked to Andre about doing another hot sauce. I actually got one that is like way, way hotter than the last podcast I did. Like the last one I did was Death Nectar, and it was like 370 something thousand Scoville, and that killed me.
I haven't even seen the episode. I gotta watch it tonight. So how was it?
It was crazy, dude. Like the guest. He's a good guy, but he caught me off guard because I'm so used to the, just the chill conversation back and forth. Well, he took me on a whole different road, and
Was he pretty serious?
it threw me off. I mean, because I didn't see it coming. But no, he wasn't serious. I mean, he was just funny, and that he had a unique personality, and so I appreciated it, though, because it really. I thought I handled it very well for being completely thrown off, like while the camera's running, but
like not prepared, and then he just asks you a question.
And then
you
he
never thought of
brings
your
it,
whole life.
man.
You're like,
He just
"You're not
brings
supposed
it.
to do that."
And at the beginning of the show, we're talking about AA, and okay, so what do you think AA means?
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Exactly. You guys
What
hear
else could
that?
it be?
Alcoholics Anonymous. That's what AA means, or AA, or no. So not the people that pick you up. So we're sitting here having a conversation the whole time, and literally the whole time, dude, I thought he was talking about Alcoholics Anonymous. He's talking about adoption awareness.
Oh.
Which does not.
Oh, he should have known that you wouldn't have,
No, I mean, everybody thinks AA is Alcoholics Anonymous. So and it's hilarious because the whole way through, dude, it doesn't ring any bells. Like, I'm still not understanding what he's saying because I'm so thrown off.
Animal adoption?
No,
Or adoption awareness.
Adoption awareness.
Well,
And he
that's
said
cool.
some random thing about adopted kids don't have any souls, and I'm like, what?
Wait, what?
What? I'm like, dude, I'm adopted.
I would have been. Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm adopted.
Oh, that's right. How did you feel about that?
So I stabbed him
You're
right
like,
in
I'm
the-
pretty sure.
No.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, and then when I
must
asked
have
him,
been a
I was
joke
like,
or
so were you in Alcoholics Anonymous? And he just looked at me like I was crazy. And I still, at that moment, I didn't understand it. But when I got into the editing, as I'm watching it and editing, I'm like, oh my gosh.
The whole episode.
The
whole episode was just.
At that moment, he probably realized that I had no idea that. He's like, wait a minute, are you saying you think I was in Alcoholics Anonymous?
Well, hey.
Oh, that's funny, dude. So, anyways, what I was getting to is like, we could have done a hot sauce. The one we did was 370,000 Scoville units, which was crazy
What's a
hot.
Scoville?
That's there was a guy, I forgot his name, but his last name was Scoville.
He
And
invented hot sauce?
he came up with a measurement system of
nice.
heat and for the peppers and stuff.
Oh, I saw the I saw the show. You see that show where they eat spices?
Yeah, hot ones.
Yeah, where they have the celebs that eat
Yeah.
I
Hot
remember them
Ones.
saying
It's a really
Scoville.
popular show.
Okay.
But so yeah, which was hot. I thought I was a good spicy food fan. I thought I could handle, and I love spicy food. Well, apparently there's a level where I cut off. Like I can't. There's a barrier.
What happens
I can't.
when you cut off?
And I become a big baby, dude. I become a wimp.
I did have you ever done the Blazing Wings challenge? I didn't do the
My
challenge.
wife did
I
successfully.
ate like 2 or 3 of them, and then I was like, this is literally painful, like somebody stabbing you for me. And then I have another friend who ate all the wings.
My wife has
he was fine.
she got a picture and her face on the board or whatever, like the Hall of Fame for people that did the Blazing Challenge. She totally did it.
I'm telling you, we gotta try nasty foods.
Yeah.
You know,
I know, I'm
I
getting
don't want
tired
to
of-
eat any nasty food either.
I'm getting
but
tired of this
people
hot
would like
stuff.
it if we ate disgusting stuff.
Well, I got a new
Like
hot
crazy
sauce
stuff.
that's going to be for another episode, and I'm going to kind of space it out because I don't want to be the hot sauce channel,
Hot
you know.
sauce guy, eh?
But this one is 1.5 Scoville or 1.5
Scoville.
million Scoville units.
1.5 million Scoville.
So that's probably going to send me to the hospital. But-
I hope you've got some Pepto-Bismol.
and then
Nearby.
Charlie, who comes on the show pretty regularly, he has a he was telling me about this gummy bear called the Nitro or something.
Spicy?
It's the hottest gummy bear in the world.
Well, I
it's
never
like
knew
this
there was
little
hot gummy
demon
bears.
gummy bear. Dude,
Did you eat it?
No. 9 million Scoville
Dude, order
units.
that for the next show. For me
You
and
would do
For me
that?
and you. Let's just do it. Just make sure we have Pepto-Bismol and water and milk. Let's do
my
it
God,
next show.
man.
You want to?
See, I was a big baby when it came to 300,000.
Dude, I'm probably
Scoville.
I might puke, dude. I can't do, but I'll do it.
9 million is
just
like
for that this
a
could
whole
make us
nother-
famous show. I would never do it for any other cause, but for the cause of Jason's, this could make us famous. I'll try. I'll give it.
It's all for the cause. You know what? I would. Okay, so there's got to be something in it for me, except for.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't we? There's got to be like some kind of. A bet
If
or
I get
something. Some kind of a
1,000
bet.
guys, if I get 1,000 subscribers,
1,000 subscribers.
1,000 subscribers, I will do the gummy bear challenge.
1,000 Scoville.
I will
Scoville.
do the gummy bear. Okay.
All right. Let's be researching it and see where we can get it from.
I mean, I could
Try.
probably order it on Amazon pretty easily. So.
That sounds fun, man.
But I'm not really a huge fan of that kind of stuff. I feel like when you just do that, you're kind of desperate for people. I mean,
It's all about the fans.
So having a podcast, it's hard to get people to subscribe to your channel because it's all talking basically, and you're going to be successful for the most part if you have a name. You know, you already have a name for yourself. So, but when you have a video where you're like, so and so eats the hottest jelly bean in the world, and their face melts off, and it shows a thumbnail of their face melting off, you're gonna click on that video, and it's only like 5 to 10 minutes long, and it's easy. I mean, it's so easy to do that stuff. Just eat a jelly bean.
entertaining.
But a podcast is like a whole nother world. I mean, either people like you talking or they just don't like you. So it's going to be a real challenge to
The
grow.
road to stardom.
It's a real tough. But I was telling Andre here about the direction I'm heading with the show. At first, when I started, I was trying to figure out, what did I want to do, what I want this show to be about, and based on the research I was doing, I came to the conclusion that I just need to start.
Exactly.
You just got to start.
I feel like
and
the
then
more
work your way.
experience you get in, then the more you'll be able to know what you want to do moving
Yeah,
forward.
I mean, it's kind of like
you can't just say I want to do this. But after you start doing it, you might want to change your mind. But if you already started, then you'll be,
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta go after it, and so it's kind of like the analogy about driving a parked car. You can't drive a parked car. You can't go anywhere when you're just sitting in the car. So you got to put your foot on the brake or on the gas, and then hit the road. And so, I decided to go ahead and start. And as I've been doing it, I've been learning, how to edit, how to put videos together, what works, what doesn't work, how to create thumbnails and all that stuff that's really important to, having a successful channel, successful podcast. And so that's what I love about this whole process is I'm not chasing the success, even though everybody wants to be successful. I'm enjoying the process of learning. Like the stuff I know today that I didn't know a month ago is awesome. I mean, I'm getting faster at doing thumbnails, and
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look into that.
yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, I enjoy it. It's being able to create something it's art, and I really love it. So I suspect that obviously when I get further down the road after 100 videos or so, I'm going to look back at my first few and be like, wow, dude, how much have I grown? This is incredible. So anyways, so yeah, man, I'm super stoked about the future. I've had already tons of critics, people that they all
haters.
Well, I mean, it's in
You
human.
got a button for them?
Yeah, haters. Where
Did you say haters? I said haters.
Where
One more
did
time. Did you say haters?
Where's the? There we go.
Okay, hold on.
Where's
All right, after I. Did you say haters? Noise.
Yeah, I used to have. I had a button here that was an explosion. Oh, whoa.
Well, I've got one thing to say about these critics and these haters. The critics and the haters, they will come and they go. But your podcast shall last forever.
You darn right.
That's what I say unto them.
Well, for one, neither one of them had a podcast.
Exactly.
So,
You hear that?
And it's,
You ain't never had a podcast.
You don't have a podcast,
So
so you're not speaking from experience. But you may speak from what
He
you like.
and me, now we're sitting from the seat of experience. So eat that.
Eat it. Put it in a bowl and eat it.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, you
Oh,
critics.
what movie is that from?
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Stick
Sounds
that
like
in
Jim
there.
Carrey. It makes me think of Jim Carrey. But I don't know if it. I don't even know where that comes from.
Oh,
You
man.
got to have that thing where you can start asking Siri everything in the middle of the show,
Yeah.
or some way, if
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
Siri's
figure
right
out
there.
the copyright crap.
Or
for
not
that.
Siri, but Google.
Google.
Sorry, Siri. Or Google. Oh, my God. Sorry, Google.
And we got to go live. I'm trying
She's
to
gonna
tell
kill
them we
me
should
in
try
my
to do a
sleep.
live podcast sometimes. Well, you have to edit it, but we can.
Dude,
Hey, we
true
gotta be
story. Okay, true
Who
story.
cares if we only got a few viewers? It'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, we can do whatever we want. So, true story. One day, we were talking about Siri. One day, dude, my wife was on her way to work, on her way home from work, and she had an iPhone at the time, and it was sitting right there in the seat next to her. And the iPhone, I kid you not, dude,
Uh-oh.
Siri came on out of the blue, and it said this: "I know things about Jason."
That's great.
It said that out of the blue, dude, to my wife, and she freaked out, and she called me, and she's like, "You're not going to believe what just happened. I'm expecting something, not that. I'm not expecting that." And she's like, "Apparently Siri knows something about you."
That is weird.
Yeah,
That is weird.
so-
I don't use those services, like the talking to your phone. I don't know. I just never was. I'd just type it in Google, man. I'm good with that.
Google.
The Goog.
I mean, it's kind of alarming though, like the amount of technology that we have around us constantly, and so it's like it's so easy for our rights to be, infringed upon. Like
Without even knowing it.
yeah, I mean, hackers hack cameras all the time, all the time. It's how easy it is for them to do that. So
I've had mine hacked before.
really,
Yeah.
phones and email accounts and Facebook accounts. It happens constantly.
Yeah, I had I think it was a computer. I think it was a computer I was on. So I was on a computer, and then all of a sudden a screen pops up, and there was a picture of me, and I was like, "What? Is there a picture? Did I click the camera button?" So then this thing pops up, and it's got these words under it that'll say it said like, "You need to pay us $5,000, or the government's going to come and arrest you." I was
What?
like, yeah. I was like, no, I'm smarter than that. They would probably, I just didn't believe it. Somebody had hacked my computer, and it was like a virus that people were getting into computers and taking pictures of you and trying to make you think that you owe the government $5,000. And if you don't
Wow.
pay them
Blackmail you.
ASAP, then you're dead. I bet you some old people would fall for it.
Well,
Like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, honey, go get the checkbook.
Yeah, and that's so sad. Like for anybody watching this that's a hacker, shame on you, especially when you go after elderly people. I mean, come on, man. It's not that they're dumb. It's just they
Get a job.
They don't understand, some of this stuff, and we're all going to get there one day where we're all old, if God lets us live that long. And for people to take advantage of elderly people is sickening. And I saw this one guy
Sickening.
on YouTube, and he does pranks. It's hilarious, man. He pranks these scammers. And
I think I've
you
heard
see that? And he has a fake old lady voice. He sounds like a 90-year-old woman. And these guys from I don't know, I hate to say it, but they were from India, and they were talking to her, and he was doing the old lady voice. It was like a computer program he was using. And he's talking about his grandkids and going on and on and on and on. And they're trying to get her to fall for the scam. Oh, man, it was hilarious. And it got to the point, it's one of those scams where they have you go buy gift cards to return the money. So apparently they loaded more money on your account than was supposed to be in there. And, oh, that's all right. Well, pay us back by sending us money through gift cards. I had a friend fall for that actually not too long ago.
I'm skeptical, so
she drags it on and on and on, and they're getting frustrated. They're like, "No, ma'am, no." And so he goes to he has an already pre-recorded message where he's at the store buying the gift cards, and the person's playing as a manager, and they're like,
to try to pressure.
Ma'am, you said this was going to your grandson, and he wants $2,500 in gift cards. Yes, he does. And it's like, is that him on the phone right now? And then you can hear the guy in the background, no, mom, no. Dude, you got to watch it. It's not funny hearing me say it, but if you saw it, you would die laughing because those guys had it coming to them. And, man, eventually they slammed the phone down because they're like, I'm done. Little did they know this person was making a fool out of them.
That's crazy, man.
I have scammers call me all the time. I own a moving company, and so I used to advertise on Craigslist until I finally got sick and tired of the scammers calling or texting me like, "Hey, I can't be there, but I need this stuff moved from here to here." And they all say this: "I'm in the hospital. I got cancer." They try to play with your emotions. It's sickening, dude.
Dude, whenever I have telemarketers or anybody like that on my phone, I've come to the conclusion that it's going to happen for the rest of your life. There's always going to be telemarketers and scammers getting a hold of you. So what I do is I always troll them, and I play along with them. That's what I would do. If I don't have time, if I get a 1-800 call from my phone, I'll answer the phone and be like, "Hello." I'll act like an old man or something like that, or I'll just somebody will be telling me about a business, and they'll be like, as soon as they start talking about business, I was like, "Oh, you need my credit card? All right, hold, let me go get it. I'll be right back."
Give them the wrong number.
You know what? I just got a huge check. What are you selling? Yeah, let me grab my credit card. Are you ready for the numbers? I just
Yeah.
give him some fake numbers or something.
It ends up being accurately someone else's credit card
Oh,
number. Like, yeah, shut up. So, no, there's a comedian, prankster. He's very famous. His name's Tom Mabe. Freaking love this dude. He is a legend. I would love to meet Tom Mabe one day. Anyways, he pranked a telemarketer one time. So this telemarketer has been calling his house. He answers one day as a detective, and he says, he basically goes on and he says, "Who's this again? Tom Mabe was killed last night, and this is a crime scene." I'm paraphrasing, and so he had the guy. He's questioning the guy about how he knew Tom Mabe.
Oh, that's funny.
And then he's like, hey, hold on. Make sure you cover up the body. And then and so he had the guy all freaked out, and he's like, listen, sir, how do you know Tom Mabe? Like, all of a sudden you call, and then he's like, I need to know where you're at right now. And the guy's like, listen, I don't know who Tom Mabe is. The guy was freaking out. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah, that was, people are really clever with these pranks. So
yeah, I saw. Have you seen it on the news? It's this thing to where, because somebody will like have their business phone, and like scammers and telemarketers will keep blowing up their business phone but so they want to figure out a way to block them all, but they can't block them. So there's this app, I guess. Have you heard of it? Like, you download an app, and when the telemarketer calls your phone or whatever, then it'll be like an automated voice will get on, and it will kind of troll the telemarketer. It will like ask them questions and like keep responding over and over and over. It's kind of funny. But I saw that on the news. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an app for everything, isn't there?
Just about.
I've had some really good ideas for some apps. I would share it on here, but I don't want somebody else to steal it.
Careful.
I just wish I had the money, man. Like, there's so many good ideas, but it's not. You can't. It's not as easy as just creating an app. Like there is so much to, creating an app. You gotta have.
I heard it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, you gotta have someone that knows how to code. Someone has to maintain the app. It's not. It doesn't just It doesn't take care of itself.
Yeah.
So, so it's expensive. That's probably why a lot of people haven't been making apps. Certain big companies, but
big investment from what I heard.
Technology though has come a long ways. You can play full blown games on your lap or on your cell phone.
Pretty much as good as like a game system.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just telling you, I got the. I actually did an unbox video. I didn't finish it, but
for the
this is the Note 10 Plus. I just got that. I upgraded to it.
When did you get it?
Last week. And it has a pretty sweet case. You can control from here.
I thought the Note 10 was going to be the two screens, but that's not out yet.
No.
That's something else.
No, This phone's pretty sweet, man. I chose not to get the S20 Ultra because it was like $1,500.
Oh, really?
And I watched some videos where they did test footage. Like, they didn't even tell this person what the footage came from, and it turns out the pictures and the footage that he took or picked was the Note 10 Plus most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time. They're like, well, it comes from the Galaxy 10 Plus. Or, Note 10 Plus. And people assumed because the way more expensive S20 Ultra is supposed to have the better camera.
It didn't really?
No, this one won.
That's crazy.
So, but it's probably a matter of perspective and what, how other people see it. But I think phones are getting way too expensive, dude. Like, I think 1,000's really expensive, like really stupid expensive, but 1,500, come on, dude.
That's ridiculous.
Come on. That's way too much money.
I wonder how much that phone is going to be, the one that's got like, what is it, two-sided screen or something.
Are you talking about the Z Flip?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But it's the one that's got like two screens, I guess.
Oh, you're talking about the Galaxy Fold?
Yeah.
It's already, it turns into a tablet.
Oh, is that? Okay. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure.
There's
Yeah,
two of
two
them, so
screens.
they have.
Okay.
They're both flex displays.
How much are those? Like $2,000 or something?
Oh, $2,000.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Well, so the Z Flip is basically another flip phone, like the
Okay.
clamshell flip phone, but the screen. So like the fold folds in half like this. The flip Z Flip clips like a regular flip phone.
Oh, but they both got two screens.
Yeah, they
Okay.
both have. I mean, well, it's on each side. The Z Flip only has like one huge screen and then a very small LED screen on the
Nice. Yeah, I want to check
small
those out. Those
display.
sound pretty cool.
Yeah, but that one's only 1,500, I believe. But the Fold is 2,000.
Nice.
But they're getting ready to. I had a friend asking me like, why didn't you wait for the new Note 11, or it'll probably be the Note 20, to follow in the steps of the Galaxy phones. But the Note 20, which should be coming out in the next 3 or 4 months, I didn't want to wait for that because it's going to be probably $1,600 or more. It's like, nah, forget that, dude. No way.
Yeah, man, that's too steep for me. I always waited for the phones to be out for a few years.
Well, they
for
do.
that price to
They
get
do
cut.
the 18-month or the 1-year lease
Mhm.
where you can like trade your phone in when the newest one comes out.
Nice.
And it's a little bit more, but I don't know, man. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's better to. It's just there's so much throwaway, and because like when you buy the newest greatest thing, it's obsolete in the next like
It's gonna
4 or 5
depreciate.
months
It's gonna
because something
depreciate.
depreciates, and something else comes that's newer and better in its place.
Consumerism.
Yeah, so
The
it's like
wheel.
it's exhausting, dude. So if you do your research, you find a phone that's really good, that's going to be pretty relevant for the next year or two, you should go with that phone. Not necessarily the newest, greatest phone every single time, because
Yeah.
those always have flaws to them as well. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyways, man. So how's
Yeah.
your drink there?
Not too bad. Some what is it? A margarita.
Yeah, margarita,
Yeah, with a little bit of salt on the rim.
salt.
And you've got the mystery bottle over there.
It's a
So what do you-
mystery bottle. I can't reveal what it is.
So what do you say we talk about craziest jobs?
Oh yeah,
Craziest
that's
jobs.
something we were going to talk
that
about.
we have ever, the craziest jobs we've ever had, craziest job experience. So you want to go first, or you want me to start it up? Tell you about my craziest.
Yeah, I want to
job
hear about
experience that I
what
can
your craziest job experience was.
remember. All right, let's see. I can give you one of a couple. I'll give you the wildest job experience. I shared a little bit of it with you, but I was working for a friend of ours that who we know, but we won't say who this person is. But let's just say last summer I was working, and we did this job to where we would collect all of the trash cans. So the city owns the trash cans that sit on the corner, and the city would, I guess, give it to the people that live there. Or I'm not sure. There's some kind of contract they have with the trash man. I'm not sure how that works. But for our job, we would go and we would grab the trash can, and we would be driving around a big truck, and we'd throw the trash cans. We'd stack them up into I don't remember, 5 or 6. We would stack the trash cans on top.
Didn't
of each
you guys
other,
have
and
to
then we'd
take the
throw 'em
wheels
in the
off?
back of the truck. Yeah, we did that. We disassembled the wheels, and we threw the trash cans. We stacked them up, put a whole bunch of them in the back of a truck. So I was not prepared for what was about to happen later on during this job. So after we did that, first of all, in the truck there was four of us to a crew, 3 or 4, sometimes maybe 5 in a crew that would do that, put the trash cans in the back. But then in the front, there's only room for 2, maybe 3 people. So we would have 4 or 5 guys to the crew. So as you would have to imagine, at one point when the truck was filled up with the trash cans, we would take the cans to downtown Kansas City to this big open waste yard. There was pretty much nothing. It's where we'd put all the cans. So there was not enough room for all 4 or 5 people to fit in the front of the truck.
Wow,
So
so
somebody
you sit in
had
the
to get in the back and ride with a truck full of nasty trash cans and there was like had to be at least like I don't know 100, maybe between 100 or 200 trash cans or something like that. So they would have to get in the back of the truck with these trash cans, stinky trash cans. They would shut the door, latch it, pitch black dark, with like hundreds of stinky trash cans, and it was a nightmare, dude. We all had to do it once. I had to get in the back. I think I was with somebody when I got in the back one time, but it was a nightmare. You were in the back. There was trash cans, and sometimes juice was coming off of it. And, you can imagine bumps. You're just back there bumping around. And there's one guy that had to ride in the back at one point in time said, I guess the trash cans had fallen over. They definitely they're liable to fall over if you don't hold them up. So they fell over, and I guess they had crushed his. He said it almost like, he thought it almost killed him, but I guess it just kind of crushed his leg or something. So I kind of felt bad. So, and this one guy got his leg crushed, and like, man, that definitely was not very fun. It was not safe. So yeah, that was probably one of the craziest job experiences I ever had. I mean, had to be in the back of a pitch black dark truck with like hundreds of trash cans, and that was bad. There was one time where I was on the front and somebody else was in the back, and this lady was driving, and this lady was driving, and there was somebody in the back, but he was a tough guy, so he was like, I'll do it, it's no big deal to me. So I said to her, I dare you to grab the wheel while we're driving and go like that. So she did it. She grabbed the wheel. That's funny. She shook it, and I think he was back there. He was like, he did. I didn't think she would actually do it, but he was back there with a bunch of stinky trash cans in the dark, and this wild lady just shakes the wheel, and he's back there. But that is one of my crazies. I don't know. I got to come up with a title for that. Be like the trash hole or something. That was a nightmare, man. Like, I couldn't believe it. I definitely had to.
That's a job you'll never forget. That's funny.
To be doing something crazy like that.
Yeah, the things you do to make a little money, pay bills.
I'm telling you. So how about you, man?
Well, so your trash juice reminded me of something before I talk about my crazy story. Okay, so I've had a few incidents where that involved trash juice. And I mean, everybody knows that's listening how disgusting some trash can be at times, especially if it has like raw meat in it that rots. Dude, nothing is more disgusting than rotten chicken.
Oh man, what
bro?
Did something happen?
Okay,
the juice got on you,
bro. So I was living in Texas, and we had chicken the night before, and a friend of mine was cooking it, and he didn't cook it all the way, so we threw the raw rotten chicken. Well, it wasn't rotten at the time, but we threw the raw chicken into a trash can, threw it into in a trash bag, threw the trash bag in the trash can, but it wasn't closed up.
Oh my gosh.
So we're in Texas.
Chicken, man.
Texas heat garage.
Oh, and he just threw it in there, and what can you do?
It rotted, and so guess what? That invites flies from all over the world to show up for that rotten chicken.
Get some of those wild Mexican flies up in there.
Yeah, those spicy maggots, bro. I went out to that trash can, and I saw, even before I opened it, it was full of maggots everywhere.
Did you open it?
Okay, so I barely opened it, and they were everywhere. They were inside the trash bag, pouring out of the trash bag inside, all over the walls of the trash can, the lid, on top of the lid.
Judah, take out the trash.
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. And so Emily was at work at the time, and I was picking up things on the garage floor.
Was this your house?
And it was under the garage, or under the other boxes, other things in the garage, piles of maggots everywhere.
Was this your house?
It was a rental. Duplex.
You stayed there?
Yeah, we were living.
And somebody threw chicken in your garbage.
No. It was we had a duplex. There was two sides, and it was our trash can, and we threw it in. And so, anyways, it was disgusting, and it smelled so bad. Like, when I opened the lid, the smell of the rotten chicken, I was gagging. I was gagging so bad. It was horrible.
Did you have to get it and like?
So it took me hours to figure out how to destroy these maggots.
Hazmat suit.
Oh Lord, dude. I mean, that was one of the most traumatizing points of my life. Was that? And my wife didn't have to deal with any of it. I had to. So,
Wow.
but
And that's not even a crazy job.
no,
Hopefully you got a job that's as crazy
I
as
wouldn't
that.
want that job. No. One of the craziest jobs probably I've ever done. Honestly, okay, so one of them I only lasted one day, and it was for a inspection company. They did home inspections, and they had another side hustle to where they went and did energy efficiency. So they went to different apartment complexes and different homes, and they changed out different things like thermostats and light bulbs to make it more energy efficient to save money in the long run. So I went with these two guys. Oh my god, dude, they were rough looking dudes.
Can you describe what they look like for the fans?
Okay, so kind of chubby white guys with the long hair and a long ponytail, like rock and roll dudes.
Shower or no shower?
No shower. They wore really baggy baggy shorts.
Jinkos. Just kidding.
And yeah, I remember Jinkos. And so my introduction to it was we were on our way to the job site in the inner city, and the dude was so hungover, he puked right there on the right by the gas pump. It just puked everywhere, and I'm like, oh god, I can't do this. So the first house or apartment we go to was a lady who was a prostitute.
Oh,
There's this black lady.
Puke and prostitutes, dude.
So we knock on the door to go change out and they had already sent the mailers out, to let them know way in advance. So this black lady comes to the door, and she was in her bra and panties.
Nice.
And we're just like,
looking like a snack.
No, we were like, what the? And she had clients there. And she's like,
my gosh.
well, I gotta go check my calendar and see if I got any other customers coming. And it just was like, for one,
Yikes.
being a Christian man, I was more sad than anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wow, this woman has to do that, or she feels like she has to do this.
Once again, hazmat suit.
Yeah, hazmat suit would have been appropriate. So after that day, I was like, this is not for. Or what was the deciding factor for me? Not just that.
Not the puke, not the prostitute, but what was it?
No. It was the deciding thing for me was when they told me that another one of their coworkers was shot on a job because he walked into a house to change out the stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And he walked
Hey
inside.
guys, I'm here to.
Yeah, and someone shot him because he was inside walking in their house or their apartment.
Wow.
And I was like,
He
what?
was just here to save you some money on your electric bill.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
all, man.
So, and that's when I decided this is not for me. But that's that job. What about you? Got another one?
Let's see. Why don't you hit a button over there for the puke and the prostitute and the.
I'm running out of buttons here.
What was that one that we put on there earlier?
This one.
No, the. So Jason quit his job.
Did we do that?
Oh, did you put it on there or no?
No, I don't
Okay,
have it
I guess
anymore.
we're just using that.
No, that was on my phone.
So Jason quit his job. Yeah. Let me see if I got any other crazy jobs. Crazy jobs. I think that might be the crazy experience, man.
That's your
all,
craziest?
yeah, I think that's all I got for now.
Okay, so my other craziest job, is in the moving industry. Probably the craziest job I've ever done. When you go in other people's homes, especially when you're moving them, you see a lot of stuff. Literally disgusting messes. And one time, I've been on moves that were so horrific, like feces everywhere. Like it's like these people never clean their house ever. Like literally never clean their house.
Yikes.
And you're just looking at all this mess, dishes piled up to the ceiling, literally. And you're like, how do people live like this? They don't take their trash out. It's like they take dumps on the floor. It's disgusting, dude, how people live like
The house of 1,000 dumps.
there is no excuse for that. And so one job we did, there's numerous I can tell you about the filth, but this one job I did, it was in Texas, and we showed up, and there was a bunch of nice houses. We had decided to take on the second move. Okay, we had just finished the move, and we got a call from our boss. Hey, would you guys be able to do this? It's just a load only. It's like a 10-foot truck. You're just loading. Okay, we'll do it for you. Pull in this nice neighborhood. And then there's the one house. It was like a junkyard outside. All these nice houses, this one disgusting house. The garage was open, stuff flowing out of the garage everywhere, dude. The whole front of the house full of stuff everywhere. We get to the door, and I mean, by that point, we were just like, why did we agree to this? And the lady opens the door, and the smell of cat urine,
you could just
feces,
see the smell. Like you could actually, I feel like there should be like a color. You could see the smell coming.
Oh Lord,
like Linus from Charlie Brown.
Oh yeah, bro. I mean,
She opened the door. There's Linus.
The smell of cat urine and feces like just blasted me in the face, and
come on,
it was sweetheart. So bad. This is probably the only move I actually had to do this. I had to hold my breath in between dolly loads. So I would hold my breath, and I would go get a dolly load of boxes.
Asbestos. And
I would come outside, and I would breathe. Oh, it was disgusting. I was dodging feces, and it was hard to believe. It was hard to believe, man.
That's crazy.
But you see that a lot in the moving industry, unfortunately. What always shocked me is you'd see these multi-million-dollar beautiful houses, and then you go inside, and they're total trash dumps.
That's crazy.
So that kind of shows you that people may look good on the outside, but on the inside, they're a total disaster. That'll preach right there.
Hazmat suits.
Yeah, maybe our next podcast, when I have you on, we'll do. We can wear hazmat suits.
You got some?
Maybe like a Darth Vader mask. Like,
I mean, everybody's wearing them already. I mean, you know, because
oh, I know. I'm so sick of it, dude. I'm so sick. I'm so over all this. People are so divided on it too. Like, there's people that think
why I don't want to talk
this
about
is so this is so real, and you're gonna die. Like, everyone's gonna die. You know, panic. And then there's people like, this is stupid, whatever. And I think I'm leaning more on that side now, after all of this.
That it's stupid?
Yeah, I'm just so tired of it. You know, like, I don't doubt, but you got to look at numbers. You got to look at facts.
Yeah.
You can't not look at facts. And the facts are...
You're more likely to die in a car crash.
Yes. The facts are, it's not...
So don't drive a car.
COVID-19 is not worse than all these other diseases that are currently around. Not even close.
You know, I think there may be able to be... I mean, you could check me on... You could fact check me if you want. There may be able to... It may be true that you should have more of a healthy fear of dying from extreme, severe, volatile diarrhea than dying from the virus.
Exactly.
I mean, I'd like to think there's a good comparison. I mean, because it's like a 0.000% chance of dying from the virus. And I think it may be around the similar neighborhood of dying from extreme constipation or diarrhea, either or. So fact check me if you guys want to.
Yeah, you can fact check away, but I'll tell you what.
Look up Dookie deaths.
Dookie deaths. That's a segment, and that moves on to the next segment.
Don't send any pictures.
Dookie deaths. Deaths. Oh, no, the last guy, that was, I don't even want to say. So, yeah. You know what? Doing this podcast, I got to pick and choose what I say.
I know.
Because you're like, well, once that goes out there, you know, maybe people are not watching it now, but like a year or two from now, they'll dig up the video and be like,
I know.
Dude, you said this. And like, oh, sorry, man.
That's true.
Sorry,
gotta watch your back on a podcast.
But yeah, so we talked about a lot of stuff, man. It's amazing how fast an hour goes by. Can you believe that?
Especially when you got a spicy margarita and an anonymous.
And an anonymous.
What's that? You said the first person to guess what he's drinking, you will cash up them $1.70. Just kidding.
Let's see if you can figure it out.
The first person to guess, Jason will cash up you $1. $1. Jason will Jason will cash app whoever guesses what he's drinking. The first one to guess it, Jason owes you a cash app $1. Agreed or no?
And then Andre agreed to double that, or no, quadruple that. $4.
We could do a $1. We should start doing that, like a game. And if somebody wins, we cash app you $5. I think that'd like a fun chance to win. I would cash out $5 for a participant.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
We could even do $250 each.
$250. That reminds me of you ever see Friday, that show?
All right, tell you what, I will do this. I'll do it. The first person to guess what Jason is drinking, I will cash app you $1. So comment under on the video, and the first one to guess what he's drinking, get a hold of me, tag me on YouTube or whatever.
I'll send you $1. No,
okay, one of us will send you $1.
I think that'll be easy to guess what this is.
I know. Wait, hide the color. There you go.
Well, then they see. Anyways.
Well, I guess it's about that time, huh, Mr. McCormick?
Yeah, man, it's been good. We didn't do any challenges this time. I kind of wanted to lay low.
We're doing the beer challenge.
Yeah, we are doing the beer challenge. Yeah. That's a challenge. No, I mean, I wanted to lay low, and not do anything crazy because I don't want to do that every single podcast. After all, it is a podcast. Most podcasts don't have stuff like that. They usually just talk.
That's true.
So, which brings us to the end. Guys, that's right. We've reached the end of the podcast. We had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun, a lot of laughter. It's been good.
Yes, we have.
Andre, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me again, sir.
For This Could Make Us Famous podcast.
This could make us famous.
Episode 8. Tune in for the next one. It's going to be a great one.